Okay, class, we're back here, and we're starting our door casing. Actually, I've already started some of it, but I wanted to give you guys the example of that cool corner that we did where we laid out the doors all nicely so our casing would line up nicely on top. Now, when you're casing doors, there's a few tools you want to have with you handy right away. One being your nail set, okay, and your hammer, which I have in here. Also, I use two different guns when I'm casing doors. Colin, this one is for you. I use my little 16 gauge, my brad nailer that shoots these little guys right here. 1¼ brads. That's for shooting the casing into the door jamb. You want to use those little nails. Colin, for the life of me, I don't know how you did it when you cased out that door and shot it all with these 16 gauge nails or 15 gauge nails and did not manage to split the jamb out. In my 25 plus years of doing this, I've seen very few people that can blast a 15 gauge nail into a door jamb and not split anything out. So it wasn't the right thing to do, Colin, but kudos to you because you must be pretty good with a nail gun. But anyway, yeah, these are the 15 gauge nails that we use. That goes through the casing, the outer edge of the casing, into the framing. So either you can call it your cripple stud, your trimmer stud, you can call it whatever. But it goes into your framing, and that is what holds that door jamb rigid. You've got nails going into the door jamb and solid nails going into the studs. That's going to keep that door from moving on you. But anyway, if we did a good job laying out our doors and hanging them properly all nice and square, as you can see here, I've got sticks of casing sitting here, I've got sticks of casing sitting in the corner, I've got sticks of casing sitting right here. They're all pre-cut. I set these things right off the tile. All of the casing legs on this side that we can see right here are all 81¼ inches. And I know because remember when I set that door to my laser level line right here, I set that header height. They should all be within about a 1/16 of an inch of each other. So you're going to be real close. When you see all these doors cased, you'll see casing going there, casing going there, casing going here. But when we do this, there's a real easy order I like to follow. Oh, also keep your glue with you and probably your hammer, guys. I had to beat down a little bit of drywall right up here because the corners were a little bit thick, especially in this house and the situation that it's in. But very few houses you'll go into where you won't have to beat a drywall corner down a little bit. And if you notice, on the back of our sticks of casing here, it's actually, you can see right there, it's fatter on this edge and fatter on this edge. So sometimes you get by with that high drywall sitting in this little void right here. So sometimes you don't have to have that drywall beat totally flush. Now, when you do beat your drywall flush, always go down, especially on your hard floors here, where that dust will tend to fall and settle because it'll mound up. And next thing you know, your 81¼ inch jamb leg that you cut is sitting on an 1/8 inch of drywall dust and it will throw everything off. So hey, just give it a sweep, give it a shop vac, make sure there's nothing down there. But this house hasn't been quite as easy as I thought it was going to be with the casing, but I'm going to attempt to show you right here how simple it can be. I've got 6 jamb legs cut here, I've got 6 header pieces cut here. I want to just go all the way around this and see how it turns out. I want those header pieces to be nice and level and nice and even with each other. So without too much further ado, I will get started. I got my glue here. I got both my nailers. I got nails in both of them. Why don't I start right here on this guy? So the first thing I want to do, hold my gun there, drop a piece of casing, drop a second piece of casing, and we'll put these outside the door just to make sure they don't fall down on us right there. There we go. But anyway, I'm going to stand this guy up right about where it's going to go. A lot of people will go up here and they'll take measurements and put little marks exactly where they want their casing to sit so we maintain our little 1/4 inch reveal outside of our door jamb. I don't like to do that. I go across, I measure this. This is 28 inches. So I want a 1/4 inch reveal on this side and on this side right here. So I know that I am going to add a 1/2 inch to that. I cut this at 28.5, short point of my miter to the short point of my miter, okay? I came to the jamb leg here. I just went right from the floor right up to the bottom of my door jamb. It was 81 inches all the way around. So I just added a 1/4 inch to that. Okay, that'll give me my 1/4 inch reveal. So therefore, cut it at 28, or excuse me, I cut it at 81.25. Now, what I like to do first is kind of hold it up there to what I think is a nice 1/4 inch reveal. And I'm going to set that header piece first. So this piece is going to go right here. My miter lines up nicely in the corner, just like that. I got a 1/4 inch reveal. My jamb leg looks like it's pretty straight up and down, maintaining that 1/4 inch reveal all the way down to the floor. And I'm looking at that saying, yeah, I like that right there. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get one nail, two nails into my header piece right there. I'm going to grab my glue real quick. I am just going to sit. Oh, come on, glue. Did you dry up on me? Must have dried up on me. Been sitting here. It's a lot of work prepping a lesson for you guys in here. But anyway, now get my glue on there. I'm hitting pause. Got to open up my glue. Okay, guys, the glue is flowing again. As you can see, I got glue on the inside of my miter joint. That miter joint I cut is a straight 45-degree angle. I don't want to have to cut a 45.5 degree. I don't want to have to cut a 46 degree. I don't want to have to cut a 44.5 degree because I don't like messing with the saw. If you set your doors nice and square, 45-degree angle should work out perfectly. So anyway, the headpiece is shot up there. Two of my little nails, the 18-gauge brad nails, 1.25 inch long, right into the jamb. Not into the wall yet. We don't want to do that yet. We want to get all the casing set. I'm going to hold that up there so my miter sits nice and pretty up against there, just like that. A little bit of glue squeezing out, but we'll clean that up before we move on. I get a piece there, nice and straight, and I get a nail there, nice and straight. I also like to come down from the top in these tight corners and just put a little nail in the outside of my miter joint right here. Now, you need to be very careful that you don't blow a nail out there and shoot yourself in the finger, like I just about did. Then I come over to the other side right away, guys. Double check, put my jam leg down there, right where she goes. And that's where she goes, and she looks like she wants to fit nice and tight right underneath there. Yes, she does. She fits. One nail, two nails into the jamb. I got 4 nails going into the door jamb right across the top. Yeah, that one fits okay. It's not the greatest miter in the world, but we're up tight against the wall. So now I'm going to get some glue on that guy right away. Because I want to show you how these guys fit all nicely right across the top. Sometimes you got to flex the casing a little bit to get it sitting, or fitting right nice underneath there. You want to make sure that glue is spread out in there. Make sure the glue is touching and making contact with your other piece. Remember, nails are just there to hold until the glue dries. However, this is not cabinet making. So these nails will stay here forever and get filled in at the end. But right now, I got that jam piece set right there. So what I'd like to do now is come across to this door. I'm not even going to finish nailing that off until I'm done. Because I want to give you guys a good example of what I've got going on here. I'll take this leg into this corner this time. I don't have any dust or debris in the way down there, so I'm sitting pretty. Come up here. I'm going to set my headpiece down. I had to knock this corner down a little bit so this would sit nice and flush. Got a nice 45-degree miter there. Jam leg is sitting right about where it needs to be. I'm going to cross there. Yeah, I think it looks good, right? Sitting about there. And we'll open her up just a little bit. The reason I only go and do 2 nails right away. Oh, and that nail hit another nail. And well, it probably wasn't another nail, but anyway, my nail bent over right there. Don't even leave it there. Don't even touch it. Leave it till the end. Get it with a needle nose pliers. Okay, needle nose pliers. Bend, bend, bend back and forth, and it will come right off. But look at those guys are pretty even right across the top right there. So now I get my first jam leg up underneath there. Make sure that glue is contacting. Beautiful joint right there. Right into the jam, guys. Be real careful. You go straight into that jam so you're not blowing out the casing. And I get one down in the top. Can't get one from the outside on that side because all I got is the top right there. So that side is set. Let's come over and check this side. How does she fit? She fits beautifully. Yep, I think that'll be great. Always just kind of give it a once over to make sure your miters are nice and tight up there. I don't like having to walk back out to the saw. That's why I cut 6-8 of these things at a time. Well, I usually cut like 4 of them at a time, but because of the fact that I've got 3 doors around the corner, I cut 6 pieces right away. Now I'm going to hold that guy up there, a little bit of my glue spreading out. Looks tight right there. That's where I want it. This is my first nail in the headpiece. Actually, 3rd nail in the headpiece and 4th nail in the headpiece. So that headpiece is sitting right where she's going to go now. Into my jam leg. Let's flush up that corner real quick. From the outside in. Looks good. Coming down about yay far. Got another nail? Well, now I got two doors cased. The casing's just hanging there, so now I'm going to finish off with the 18 gauge. I'm going to do the entire jam all the way around on both sides. 18 gauge nails first going into the jam. Then I will pick up my 15 gauge nail and shoot them into the casing. There's a little bit of flex on this. Like I'm moving this right now so I can maintain my nice 1/4 inch reveal all the way around. Maybe now I got to tap it over a bit on the bottom. Just a little bit. But you got some play in this. One, come down this side. Got to kick her in a little bit. Maybe right about there. Yeah, looks good. I would say do your best and caulk the rest, but if everything is perfect in a perfect world, you shouldn't need to caulk. But every place where one of these door components comes together and meets the door jamb, all these casing sets will all get caulked and everything afterwards. Anyway, that's how we case the door. I'm going to go to the 15 gauge nailer here, just because I got this one done. I don't want to go right at the edge. I run the risk of blowing my miter apart right here, so I come down a few inches from the top. Boom, one, boom, in the top corner. So in each jam leg, I find I generally need about 4 nails. So I go up high. You guys have went through this before. Chest, knees, and down by the ground. Now I come to this side, come in a little bit because I want to be right on the end. There we go. One up high, one at the chest, one at the knees or thighs, and boom, one down there at the ground. Now that is essentially casing out a door. So there's my door casing right there. I'll run around and I'll finish that other one quick, and then we'll throw some casing on this little door and we'll see what it looks like when it's all said and done. Now remember, I just stuck up, well, there will be 1, 2, 3 pieces on the little door, 1, 2, 3 pieces on that one, 1, 2, 3 pieces on this one. I can call those doors done. No, I can't. I still have to do the back sides of all those doors. You generally run through about 17 feet of casing when you're estimating for this. For each side of a door, you need a 7-foot jam leg, a 7-foot jam leg, and probably about 3 feet for around the top. That's 17 feet per side. It's 34 to 36 feet of casing per door that you need if you're going to case both sides of them. That's why you guys spent a long time painting all that stuff down in the basement. Looks pretty good so far. So let me finish nailing this off quick and I'll get back to you.